Hi, I'm Ellen Almendinger. Welcome back to the Tahoma Cemetery Tours. Today we are in the Grand Army of the Republic section, which is dedicated to the over 200 Civil War soldiers we had in our valley. We'll be talking about some of them buried within the section today. You can recognize this section by the wonderful monument that's erected here. It was dedicated in 1904 by the Women's Relief Corps for the soldiers of the Civil War in our valley. This is Jasper Evans and his wife, Belle. Jasper was born in Missouri in 1845. When the Civil War started, he joined Company K of the U.S. Colored Troops. He ended up guarding the railroad areas in Missouri and Tennessee and Alabama. After the Civil War, he moved west and settled in Yakima, in downtown actually. Then he moved out to Pomona, where he farmed with other African American pioneers who were arriving in the valley. At one point, as his health deteriorated, he went to the Ritzel State Soldiers Home for recovery of health issues. He was there approximately 6 months before returning to Yakima to live the remainder of his life. He died in 1927. Belle lived much longer in the valley. She ended up dying in 1955. This is Lafayette Lewis. Lafayette was born in 1843 in Rhode Island, where he grew up on his family farm. A year after the Civil War started, he enlisted as a private. With his regiment, he served in various battles like Battle of Bull Run and Gettysburg. After the war, he moved west and settled in Nebraska for a time, and then later further west to Oregon. He remained in Oregon for a number of years until 1910, when he moved north up to the Yakima Valley and settled in the Upper Natchez area with 9 of his children. He remained in the Yakima Valley until 1915, when he passed and was later interned in this beautiful Gar section. If you come visit the Gar section of Tahoma Cemetery, you will notice that there are some more modern soldiers buried within the section. They allowed that to happen. One such individual is George Kopp. George Kopp was born in Kansas. By the time he was 12, they had moved to the Yakima Valley and were residing in the Fruitvale district of the city. With the outset of World War I, he went over to the Puget Sound and enlisted with the Navy. He then climbed on board the USS Cheyenne, went to California with it, where he was serving when he tragically died from sepsis 3 months later. His body was returned to Yakima, and he was interned within the Gar section of the cemetery. Thanks for joining us today in the Grand Army of the Republic section at Tahoma Cemetery. Should you happen to come out during Veterans Day weekend to honor our soldiers, don't forget about the Spanish-American War section to my left. And just beyond that is the World War I soldier section. And behind me, of course, is the more modern section for our veterans. If you also stroll through the cemetery, you'll notice that we have veterans buried throughout the cemetery, not within the designated areas. Thanks for joining us today. Hope to see you on our next venture.